Okay, this is the setup that I'm using for recording the Peregrine Falcons. This equipment will be used for the tight, high magnification scenes. So with this Sony HDR-AS15 and this 1100mm F10.5 Maksutov, I'll be able to accomplish 6,160 millimeters of focal length at F10.5. And the Sony has the same size sensor as the Pentax Q, which is 1.1/2.3 size sensor, which is about a little bigger than 6x4 millimeters. But the Pentax Q ISO stops at 6400, and this Sony, the ISO goes up to 25,600 and could also possibly go as high as 51,200. I'm having a hard time trying to calibrate what ISO it's actually going up to, but it's incredibly high for this camera and this style of camera. So it's really high ISO. So what I did is I removed the wide angle lens off the Sony, put a 12mm by 0.5 threaded adapter on it, so it goes to a C mount, which is right in there. And then I also had it adapted for astronomy, but for digiscoping, to mount on the back of a spotting scope, but that didn't work out so well, so I still have some of the mount that went to a digiscope attached to this. So I have a lens cap, which is a Nikon lens cap, and I just mounted the remnants of my digiscoping project to a Nikon lens cap, and it requires a IR cut filter because the back of the lens had the IR cut filter. The sensor doesn't have it, the lens does, so I had to use an IR cut filter, and I put that right on the lens cap. And then from here I mount this to the back of the Maksutov, and it's a prime right to the sensor. There's no additional glass that needs to go in between the Maksutov or any other telephoto lens that you use when you configure it this way to shoot prime focus right to the 1/2.3 size sensor in the Sony. Focusing has to be accomplished with a Wi-Fi device. So you have to turn on the Wi-Fi, you have to download the Play Memories by Sony app on the smartphone, and you do your focusing with the app running. It's the only way you can focus the camera, is to have the app running, because the lens that normally is attached to the body of the Sony is fixed focus, so you don't have to do any focusing with the lens that's normally attached to the Sony. So you have to have that app running to focus, and that is the system I'll be using to accomplish 6,000 millimeters, 6,160 millimeters at f10.5, and ISO as high as 25,600 or 51,200. I haven't determined what that camera goes up to yet, but it's pretty high. It's incredibly high for for what it does. So I'll include a little clip at 600 feet to show you what this thing is capable of. Here it is. What's your saddle looking for? Not looking up. Yeah, you just put it in Telegram at the bottom. Yeah, they're a fascinating animal, aren't they? That's so cool. Oh my god. That is awesome. That is. It's like the little show cars. Yeah, that's incredible. About the waterfalls. Yeah, and added feature at Snoqualmie Falls.
Birds.
Yeah, right.
Waterfall. What waterfall?
Okay, looks like it's going to jump into the air again. Yeah, there it goes. It's in the air.